And today I want to talk about something that I keep seeing pop up in writers' guidelines that I wanted you guys to be aware of. So, if you are interested in sending an article to a publication to be a thought leader and get something published, a lot of times they have writers' guidelines posted on that publication's website so that you can look and see what this publication is looking for. And they will talk about, the writing style, they'll talk about length and all these things. And what we're starting to see pop up is that they are requesting, not all of them, but some of them are starting to request that you either not use AI, that you don't use artificial intelligence to create content, that you don't put something in Chat GTP, or that you have to only have a certain amount, or that you have to disclose it. And so this is new because I think a lot of people are thinking, oh, I can just go into Chat GTP and say, write me an article for this publication, have it be this many words, and it spits something out, and I can submit that to the editor. Well, I think editors are getting inundated with this type of content, and there are a lot of issues with the content that comes out of these sort of AI tools. And a lot of times they're not accurate. A lot of times they don't have a great writing style. Some of the information could be taken from another place. And the last thing an editor wants is to have information that is copied from some other source and then they get in trouble for copyright. So it's a huge liability for them. And so, we're finding that AI, while it can be a great tool for writing, is definitely not a substitute for original thought leadership content. Does that mean that AI is bad and that you can't use AI for writing? No, but you definitely have to be aware. And I think we need to adjust our expectations of, don't just pop something into Chat GTP, copy and paste it, and send it to an editor. It's not going to do anybody any favors. Where you can make use of AI is, asking it questions and getting ideas. So maybe it's something about, if I'm writing an article about this for this type of publication, asking something about, what are the main areas of concern for this particular audience and see what it says. Like, let's say you're writing for safety managers. What are the top concerns of safety managers? Cite sources, use relevant information from this date to this date. So it's new information. Just giving it a prompt that will give you some ideas of, hey, these are the top concerns of safety managers or whoever your audience is. And then taking those ideas and say, oh, they're really concerned right now about, let's say it's new standards that are coming out or whatever it might be. And now you can take that information and now you have a really good starting point for an article. So, it's a great way to just brainstorm, think of ideas. But again, a lot of the information in it is not accurate. So you have to be really careful because you don't want to base your whole article on something that's not even something that's relevant or accurate. So the best thing to do is to go and read the writer's guidelines and make sure, like I can show you one, something from a publication called Industry Week. It has a section that says, can I use AI to help write my article? And they talk about, we seek original expertise. No more than 10% of your piece may be created by or directly derived from verbiage produced by generative AI tools. More than 10%, don't bother to submit the article. Below 10%, with AI using the article's authorship, please indicate where and to what degree AI assisted you when you submit the article to your editor. So there's also some gray areas of how do you determine what 10% is? I don't know how you measure that. That's such a weird, because let's say you get something out of Chat GTP and then you edit it and you make it your own. What's 10%? And then at what point do you have to declare that AI is a co-author? That's a weird thing too, because that doesn't look great to say, written by Sarah Stewart and Chat GTP. Like, this is not a standard thing that we do in these articles. And so, it seems like even having that disclaimer, I think lowers your credibility a little bit. And at the end of the day, what editors want is they want you to submit content that is relevant to their publication. So you go to their publication, you read content, you get familiar with what they're writing, figure out what's been written in the past, so you don't send them content they've already covered. Look at the big major topic areas that they cover. Go to their editorial calendars that are usually in their advertising kits and look and see what topics they are covering and figure out how you can speak into that. Figure out what you can bring that's new to the market, what you can bring that's educational and helpful. Write original content and write it based on their writer's guidelines and write it specifically for that publication, send it as an exclusive. And that is the best way to get media coverage as thought leadership articles, especially when it comes to business to business trade media outlets. So be careful with AI when you're submitting content to editors. They don't love it. I don't blame them.